Do social factors influence the performance and, most importantly, the talent development of individuals in sport? Bourdain 1978 begins with formalising the idea that social capital/identity is important when it comes to sport due to the effects in which such identity can play, along with a number of social factors that can go on to affect talent development, according to Bailey et al. 2010. From this, social factors which include family, friends, socio-economic status, gender and ethnicity can go on to affect the talent development of young athletes. To start with, we're going to explore social factors which arise from family and more specifically parents. Cote 1999 identifies parents as being the major contribution to children participating in sport due to them usually being the athlete's main caring guardian, representing that parents are likely to provide the financial and logistical support within the sporting world, according to Kirk et al. 1997a. The financial support from parents is dependent on their socio-economic status, as things such as memberships, kit, equipment don't come cheap. Rowley and Graham 1999 identified that those who come from a low-income family are more likely to drop out of sporting environments, leading to the unlikelihood of one seeking talent due to affordability. However, research shows that committed parents tend to alter funds, change employment and try to do more in order to fund for their child's needs, according to Taylor and Collins 2015. Sport at junior level tends to require a busy schedule, thus parents are influential when it comes to the maintenance and commitment of an athlete, according to Lydon, Harvey and Memmert 2011. This correlates with the responsibility which parents have for the child's involvement. Therefore, if parents show commitment, so would the athlete. Carr et al. 1999 identifies that positive relationships between parent and child generates a role model figure which influences and reinforces ways onto the child. When committing to sport, Kay 2013 stated that significant changes in the way families fulfil their two primary roles of caring and economic functions must be considered, as the most conspicuous changes affecting families have been changes to their structure, composition and development. Parents in this instance need to be adaptable. Taylor and Collins 2015 identified that for a child to succeed, parents are required to change shifts, commit to travel and let their everyday life around them cater for the young athlete. Particularly within an athlete's training opportunities, parents are a lot more involved compared to adulthood participation. This requires not only a coach-athlete relationship, but a relationship where parents are involved too. Smith et al. 1989 identifies the coach-parent-athlete triad, which is known as the athletic triangle. The athletic triangle establishes the connection in which parents, coaches and players have, thus representing how parents influence not only the child, but the coach-athlete relationship as well, which is defined as the 3 C's, according to Jowett 2010. Within their role, parents must take the responsibility to understand the importance of the coach-athlete relationship without the issue of interference, as this could later hinder the child's possibility within a talent development environment. However, the role of parental influence can have a negative effect on the child's development, especially due to the needed amount of pressure created, according to Bailey et al. 2010. Added pressure to a young athlete can form barriers which can go on to affect the child's development both physically and mentally for the young athlete. More so, pressure, intimidation and bribery from parents is likely to make the athlete feel entrapped, generating less enjoyment, lack of motivation and could lead to potential dropout, according to Waste and Waste 2006. Some parents tend to create a negative atmosphere when it comes to performance and training due to the inappropriate actions from the sidelines. Poor parental conduct gives the wrong impression for fellow athletes, which can misinterpret the way in which one should act. More so, parents who are disinterested, overcritical, who scream from behind the bench, who sideline coach and are overprotective contribute to the lack of enjoyment from the athlete, which again affects the dropout, according to Small 2011. Parental factors are not only the things which can affect one's ability to seek talent. Educational environments is something in which all young athletes will experience, and the outcome of a school choice and grades can affect the outcome of talent identification. Throughout the UK, a mix of mainstream and private schooling provide different opportunities in the sporting world. Roberts 1996 identifies that those in a mainstream school receive only 1 to 2 hours of sport a week compared to those in a private school who receive 4+ hours of sport per week. This limits the sporting access to those in a mainstream school. School location and selection also affect the grades, which impact on the athlete's development within sport, according to Coty et al. 2006. Some talent selection programs tend to want only the talented athletes, but the high achievers too. Therefore, those with the lower grades tend to find it difficult when in selection compared to those who are high achievers. Gender and ethnicity within some sporting domains affect talent development due to the sport being more stereotypical, and according to Wilman and Gibson 2000, women in the 1990s suffered from the take-on of role overload, leaving little time for leisure. But due to the evolvement of sporting history, gender and ethnicity have started to become more of an equal playing field where stereotypes are beginning to fade. Taking football as an example, women playing football is now seen more acceptable, with professional women football becoming more well known and increasingly popular. Initiatives such as This Girl Can by Sport England 2021 shows the acceptance of women within sport, given the influence and the realisation that both genders are able to excel and participate within the sporting world. Social factors within an athlete's life have significant effect to one's ability due to the environment and the personal factors which influence the growing athlete's ability. Talent identification is not easy, and for one to be able to seek talent effectively, their social environment needs to positively influence one's aims and abilities.